So here's a fun little gadget made out of leftover mini parts. Some might recognize this hub. It's an 850 flywheel center hub. These aren't used anymore. You can't get these goofy valve spring style diaphragm springs. And so these flywheels are sort of yard art. I found that I could take and weld a giant 3/4 inch, I think it's 3/4 16 thread, so pretty fine thread. This huge grade 8 bolt will take better than 500 or 600 foot-pounds of torque. And so this makes a really heavy-duty puller, and it's made out of a mini flywheel hub, classic Pre Verto type, obviously. The Verto bolt spacing is different. This technically would work. You could use these large holes with a large washer to actually locate the Verto pull bolts. That's what these three here. Of course, these bolt into the flywheel hub, and then this giant bolt presses on. There's a trick I use here. I use one of the old Verto bolts with a thick washer spacer that fits against the crank. That way I could tighten this onto the crank, allowing a better room for the flywheel to pop without jumping off. And also you protect the crank that way, absolutely. You don't allow any push bolt or anything from a puller out here to damage your crankshaft. Using this sacrificial old Verto bolt, just has to be in hand tight against that spacer, and that way you're assured that when you operate the puller, you're pushing on the crank, not simply tightening the flywheel on, which more than one person has done. So, kind of a neat part if you like to recycle your mini pieces. When all other pullers failed, this will remove the flywheel. And I tried to make it very compact. My friend Dwight Smith commissioned this one because he'd like to be able to pull the flywheel in the car. A supercharged 1380. It'd be a lot of work to pull the engine. And so this might make a sleek little shortcut. You can put all kinds of torque on this as long as you can keep the engine from turning. And how about that spiffy blue color to top it off? There you have it. Might be a nice little product for Cooper Road Mini.